Good evening. My name is Steve, and welcome to Align. For tonight, why don't we start kneeling on a block? So we're going to take a block, and if you have props, 2 blocks in a strap, have them available. And we're going to start on your hands and knees. Place the block between your ankles and sit on the front edge of the block. Change this just for a moment. Rest your hands in your lap and gently close your eyes. Just take these first few minutes to spend some time with our breath. And before we change any part of our breath, just start to get a sense of how your breath feels in this moment. What parts of your body move with each breath? How long is your inhale if you just slowly count in your head? And how long is your exhale? And getting a really good image of how your breath is in this moment. We're going to slowly start to change our breath. Relaxing the tongue down and away from the roof of your mouth. Relaxing your throat and your soft palate. And we slowly start to lengthen your inhale to a slow 4 or 5 count in your head. Just nice, long, steady inhale. As you inhale, explore if you can bring the breath down into the belly, allowing the belly to expand down and out like a balloon with the inhale. And as you exhale, we gently pull the belly in to help empty the lungs. Try not too hard to force the breath. More allow the belly to receive the breath. And on our next exhale, we slowly start to lengthen so that the inhale and exhale are the same length. After our next inhale, we add a slight pause. Exhale and pause. Throughout our practice this evening, as we settle into each pose, search for this breath. As the mind wanders, as the mind will do, we bring our awareness back to this breath. And take a moment here without judgment or criticism and observe how your body feels. Just really being aware of all those spots that are holding tension. If you choose to do so, set an intention for your practice. You can slowly open the eyes. We're going to extend the arms out to our sides, palms facing up to the ceiling. Bring the arms in front, crossing right arm over left at the creases of the elbows. Bending the forearms. Maybe the left hand can reach around and grab the right thumb. And then lift the elbows so they're same height as your shoulders. And as you inhale, really allow that upper back to expand. Think of like how a cobra wings out. Can you allow that upper back to expand with the inhale? And we slowly release, arms back out to our sides, palms up. And then cross left over right, bending at the elbows. Right hand comes around, grabs the left thumb. And then lift the same height as the shoulders. And breathe. A long, steady breath. And we slowly release, arms back out to our sides. Gaze up toward the ceiling. And you can release down, where we'll find our way to all fours. You can set your block to the side. Hands are under the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Knees are under your hips, tops of the feet on your mat. Inhale, we drop the belly down toward the mat, arch and look up to the ceiling. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, lifting your back, and the head hangs. Inhale, we untuck the tailbone, belly drops, arch and look up. Exhale, we tuck the tailbone, lifting your back, and the head hangs last. Do one more at the pace of your own breath, starting with the tailbone. Head the last to move. When you're done, we'll just meet in a neutral spine. And tuck the toes under. Make sure we're pressing those hands firmly into your mat. No space between the hands and the mat. On the next inhale, we lift the hips up and back to the back corner of the room, keeping the knees bent so we can really press through the hands, lengthening through the body. Breathe. Keep the left leg bent as we take the right heel toward the mat. Bending the right leg, left heel toward the mat. Being aware of those differences from side to side. Then you can go back and forth at your own. If you find that spot that's holding a little more tension, just breathe into there. Try to release, let go. And bring both of the knees bent. And on an inhale, we'll take both of the heels toward the floor. It's okay if they don't get there. Don't sacrifice the body just to get the legs straight. And breathe. Next inhale, we walk the feet forward between the hands. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Hands can grab opposite elbows. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And just hang like a rag doll. And breathe. Release the elbows. Inhale, we're going to rise all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, we lift the arms. Left hand's going to grab your right wrist. And on an exhale, we're going to lean to the left. Can gently pull on that right wrist to help lengthen through the side body. And breathe. Inhale, we come back to center, reverse your grip. And exhale, we lean to the right. And breathe. And come back to center. We're going to keep the arms lifted. And on an exhale, you're going to drop your hips down and back as if you're going to sit into a chair. We're going to drop the right arm out down toward the floor, bringing it behind you as arms come to a T. Gaze over the right shoulder. And we bring the right arm back to center. And we drop the left arm. Arms come to a T as we gaze over the left shoulder. Relax your tongue and your throat. And we bring the left arm back to center. Inhale, we come all the standing. Gentle back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. And hang like a rag doll. And breathe. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step the feet back to a plank. Slowly lower with control, chaturanga all the way down to the floor. Point the toes, inhale, pressing into the mat, lifting the chest. Cobra Bhujangasana. Make sure those shoulders come down the back. Breathe into the belly. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And breathe. Lift the right leg up toward the ceiling. Bring the right foot forward, toes in line with the fingertips. The left heel rotates down onto your mat. Your toes are pointed about to 10 o'clock. Resting the chest on the right leg, extend the arms in front. Inhale, lifting the chest. Or warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Keep extending out the fingertips. And breathe. Another breath. We're going to bring the arms down to a T as we twist to the left, opening up. Gaze over the middle finger of the right hand. Relax your tongue, your throat, your soft palate. We're going to windmill that right hand forward. Feel free to challenge yourself here. You can either rest the right forearm on the right leg, or maybe the fingertips come to the outside of the right foot. As we bring that left arm overhead, extending out those left fingertips. And breathe. Parsvakonasana. Another breath. And we're going to drop the left hand down onto your mat, rotate onto your left toes. Right hand finds your mat. Step back with the left leg, and then just lift the hips to downward dog. And breathe. Left leg lifts. Left foot forward, toes in line with the fingertips. Right heel rotates down onto the mat, resting your chest on the left leg. Extend the arms in front and inhale, lift the chest. And find your breath. Relax your tongue, your throat, soft palate. Rotate to the right, extending arms out to a T. And gaze over the middle finger of the left hand. Relax your tongue, your throat, soft palate. Gonna windmill, bring that left arm to the left leg, or maybe the fingertips come to the outside of the left foot. Extending out those right fingertips. And breathe. Release the right hand down to your mat, rotate onto the right toes. Left hand finds your mat. Step back with the left foot as we lift the hips to downward dog. And breathe. Right leg lifts. Bring that right foot forward all the way between the hands. We're going to keep the left leg straight, stay on those left toes. Keeping your left hand on your mat. On an exhale, we're going to twist to the right, lifting that right arm up toward the ceiling. And breathe. Another breath. Release the right hand down. Step back with the right leg. Lifting the hips to down dog. Left leg lifts. Left foot forward between the hands. Stay on the right toes. Right hand plants on your mat. And on an exhale, we twist to the left. And breathe. Another breath. So we release the left hand down, step back with the left foot, lifting the hips to down dog. Next inhale, we walk the feet forward between the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise all the way up toward the ceiling. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, we lift the arms, gentle back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. And we're going to bend the knees so much that we can slide our hands underneath our feet. So the palm of your hand will be touching the bottom of your foot. So you may need to bend the legs quite a bit. And it's even okay here if we need to separate the heels a few inches. Then on an inhale, when you are ready, attempt to straighten the legs. And breathe. Another breath. And soften the legs so we can remove the hands out from underneath the feet. Hands come to the mat, step back to a plank. Exhale, lower. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. And go ahead and bring your knees to the outside edge of your mat. Big toes come together and touch. And on an exhale, drop the hips toward your heels, resting your forehead on your mat. Relax your tongue, your throat, soft palate. Go and slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Use your arms to slowly push yourself up to sitting. And if you're up for it, maybe we'll work on a little headstand.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So before we do, we'll warm up the shoulders a little bit. So this exercise is where we bring the forearms down underneath. Forearms are on your mat, fingers interlock. And be mindful that the elbows are underneath the shoulders so we're not too wide out. The toes tuck. And you can watch me do this once or twice before you go in. Tuck the toes. We lift the hips. And then we come forward, chin in front of the hands, and then back so that the forehead is between the arms. So you can do this at your own pace. We're just doing enough here to warm up the shoulders. So there may be just 3 or 4 for you. And if you need to, you can always come back down onto your knees as well. You can do the same thing from knees. So here we're just again warming up the shoulders, getting them ready to take some weight. And when you're done, slowly come to sitting. So I know we're ready to transition. All right. And you're going to take, if you can, take your mat to the wall. So I'm going to have my mat come out the side of the wall. Move my So I'll demonstrate this first just as a reminder. So feet will come to the wall, and I want to get an idea of where my hips are, because I'm going to, when I turn around, that's where my forearms are going to be. Remember that spot where you want to rest your head on the mat. So if need be, take your heel to the bridge of your nose, heel of the hand, and where your middle finger rests, think about an area about the size of a grapefruit maybe. That's the area you want to rest on the mat. So we have where we're going to rest our head. We have about where our hips are. Come over. Forearms on the mat, elbows under shoulders. Fingers are interlocked. Rest your head on your mat between your arms. Then walk the feet up the wall, trying to be at a 90-degree angle. And breathe. Very good. So this is your pace and your time. You are done when you are done. If you care to, you can lift only one leg.
Do you rest your head on the ground?
Yes. Yes.
You do? Okay.
Yes. And that can be much. If it's too much, then maybe we like roll your mat in half or something.
Okay.
So that looks really good. Where your feet are on the wall looks good. Excellent. And that's very good. So we take our time coming up. How'd that feel?
Good.
Good. Yeah, sometimes we have to, it's like anything, right? If you're not used to walking barefoot and you step on something, your foot's sensitive until you build up that tolerance or your the bottom of your
Right.
feet. It's the same thing with our head, right? We're not used to holding weight there. So as you practice more, it'll become less sensitive. But
I
a
didn't
blank,
know if like you actually put your weight on it or if you almost hovered it. Then I guess you're it just whatever builds up your shoulders to help
yeah,
you
I,
keep
I,
that frame.
yes. So for most of us, we need to use our arms for stability.
Right.
Okay, but we just don't have. If you practice enough, you should be able to balance on your head without your arms.
Oh, okay.
But I've yet to even attempt that because I'm just
Right,
not.
right.
I,
You're like, I like
um,
my neck.
if you do build more shoulder stability, you can at some point lift your head up off the floor a little bit,
Okay,
and that's a lot of shoulder to do that.
okay.
But if your shoulders aren't warmed up, what when you because even if you don't realize that you're using your arms a lot anyway,
Mhm.
so that's the real reason why we warm them up, just to help that stability. It's an opposite direction to what we're used to. We're used to carrying things in this direction, not overhead. So
Okay.
yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So practicing that will help with the strength to
Absolutely.
eventually go up to like without use of the wall.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
that's just building strength.
yep. The first exercise,
Yeah.
you don't have to get crazy. If you
Yeah.
can do 10 to 12 of those, right? It is a just an amazing exercise to build your shoulder stability and strength.
Okay.
90 degrees at the wall. And if you need someone, a spotter, just to say, because the more 90 degrees you go, the more difficult it will become.
Okay.
Okay. So if, as you get, the legs are a little bit higher or the head's a little further away from the wall, it'll be easier. So
Right.
challenging yourself to make it as difficult as possible, that'll help also build that shoulder stability. And then
Okay.
lifting one leg at a time gives you that confidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to throw yourself up against the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. All right.
Right. And I'll show you what if you have someone that can help you, like up to the wall. It's so easy. I mean, you could have a 10-year-old help you do that. So I'll go
Okay.
ahead and demonstrate that. They stand on the side, and all you need to communicate to them is which leg you want to lift first, and they're going to stand on that side of you.
Okay.
And they just take the leg and they push it to the wall.
Okay.
That's it. Um, hey Logan, can you come here, please? Real quick. So give yourself some space away from the wall so that you can fall into the wall.
Right.
Going right up to straight center can be challenging a little bit.
Right.
Okay. So Logan's just going to grab my leg and he's going to lift it up to the wall.
Okay.
Go and stay on this side of me, please. And I'm going to lift my left leg and I want you to just take it to the wall. Okay. Same setup, forearms, interlocked hands, elbows under shoulders, rest my head. I'm going to go as close to the wall as I can, lift this leg, and then he just takes it and pushes it to the wall.
Okay.
The other leg will come up on its own. Then when I come down, he's going to grab the left leg, let the right leg come down, grab the left leg, and help me lower it down to the mat.
Okay.
Thank you, demonstrator.
Thank you.
So that little bit of assistance,
Yeah.
it's really easy.
Yeah.
And then practicing that, you'll get to where you can just lift your legs on your own.
Okay.
Okay. It's a wonderful pose for, I mean, the health benefits are just, it's a very long list, but your whole cardiovascular system, everything is really benefited by it. So if
Okay.
I highly encourage you to try to find a way to get it into your practice.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any questions on it?
No.
Okay.
No. Thank you. I have a little helper also, so I can I'll help him. I'll make him do
You'll
it.
be amazed at how easy it is just to grab
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
leg and they push it right to the wall.
Okay.
Anytime we do an inversion, we want to spend a few breaths in fish. So
Okay.
go ahead and come onto your back. Hands will come underneath the buttocks, palms on your mat. Legs are straight. And then on an inhale, we come up onto our forearms. I like to walk my elbows a little closer together. And then allow your head to hang. We only need to stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. And then when you're done, you slowly lower your back down to the mat. You can slide the hands out from underneath. And then while we're here, why don't we just go ahead and stay on our back. And we're going to pull the right knee up into your chest, interlocking the fingers above or behind the knee. And breathe. Relaxing your tongue, your throat, your soft palate. And grab the outside of the knee with your left hand. Extend the right arm out to your side like a T. We're going to be mindful we keep the right shoulder blade on the mat. And on an exhale, take the knee across your body to the left. Allow your gaze to fall where your neck is comfortable. So no tension in the neck in any way. And keep that long, steady breath. And we slowly come back to center. As we straighten right leg back down. Bringing the left knee into the chest, interlocking the fingers above or behind the knee. Relax your tongue, your throat, your soft palate. So grab the outside of the knee with the right hand, left arm out to your side. And on an exhale, we take the knee across the body to the left. Breathe. We come back to center. You're going to bend both of your legs so the bottoms of your feet are on your mat. And then place the right ankle on the left knee. And we're going to pull that left knee into the chest. So the fingers interlock above or behind the knee. We pull that left knee into the chest. Breathe. That long, steady breath. As best as you can, we're going to keep that knee in the chest as you release the arms out to your side like a T. And as you exhale, we're going to drop the legs over to the left toward your mat. Gaze falls where the neck is comfortable. And breathe. And we inhale, we come back to center, uncross the right leg. So we place the left ankle on the right knee. Pulling that right knee up into the chest, interlocking the fingers above or behind the knee. And you find that long, steady breath. And release the arms out to the sides. On an exhale, we drop the legs over to the right toward your mat. And breathe. And we slowly come back to center. You can uncross the left leg. Bring both the knees up into the chest, but allow the arms to go between the legs, grabbing the bottoms of the feet. You can rock side to side. You bring the bottoms of the feet up toward the ceiling. Pulling down the knees closer into the armpits. And breathe. If there's anything you need here, maybe peace fingers grab the big toes and straighten the legs. You can slowly release your legs, feet back down to your mat. Bottoms of the feet on your mat. And on an inhale, we're going to press the feet into the mat, lifting the pelvis. Arms can stay to your sides, or maybe the hands come underneath the buttocks and interlock. And breathe. Release the hands, slowly lower with control. And go ahead and bring the knees into the chest one more time, just for a gentle hug, a little rock. Then you can slowly straighten your legs out onto your mat. Arms to your sides, palms facing up. Gently close the eyes. Relax your tongue. Relax your throat. Relax your soft palate. With each exhale, release and relax. Allowing the body to become heavy and to sink into your mat. You may even begin to have the sense as if you are floating in water with just the chest and the face floating above. Nothing to achieve, nothing to accomplish. Simply breathe and allow the passive breath to breathe you. Slowly start to lengthen your breath. As your breath lengthens, we start to bring awareness into our hands and our feet, gently moving the fingers and toes. With each inhale, allowing this awareness to move up the arms and up the legs, back into the body as we begin to reawaken. And slowly bend both of the legs so the bottoms of your feet are resting on your mat. Slowly lifting your right arm, resting on the mat above your head. And as your breath moves you, on an exhale, roll onto your right side. With each exhale, release and relax. And as your breath moves you, keeping the eyes closed and the head heavy, slowly push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Rest your hands in your lap. So we bring our awareness back to our breath, recalling our breath when we began. Simply observing any change. So you observe the body without judgment or criticism. Observing how you feel. And give yourself thanks and gratitude for taking time out of your day for you and for this practice. Be gentle, be kind, be humble, be wise. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Well, thank you for joining tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.